Hello everyone, welcome back to Believer Science Academy Bengaluru. This is the everyday previous year question paper discussion. This is the 2024 prelims question paper discussion, and today we will be discussing questions from geography. Okay, we already completed polity, geography, science and technology, and environment. Now we are left with geography and international relations. This class we will do with geography, and then in the coming class we will do with international relations. Okay, so geography. In geography, what are the chapters we are going to receive is, in geography mainly mapping will be the important one in prelims. Apart from mapping, there is physical geography. What is physical geography? It constitutes climatology, hydrology, meteorology, all these things. A physical phenomenon comes under physical geography. And then we have human geography. Human geography in the sense human development index and other things, and rest is Indian geography. Okay, so here more emphasis is given to mapping. It will be morely from current affairs based issues. Within mapping, more questions will be from current affairs, and rest next will be more of importance is given to climatology, other things. Okay, that is physical geography, and there will be questions on Indian geography also. So all these constitutes geography, and in last year's question paper there were around 14 to 15 geography questions, which is like the highest in recent 3-4 years. So that is why the UPSC is now rolling back to geography again. So we'll do the discussion, we'll try to understand how you can answer the questions and what are the tricks, or if there is any tricks to the answering the questions. So the first question here is, the longest border between any two countries in the world is between. So this is again question from mapping. Okay, so this is like a general knowledge. You would be taught these things in the primary school from onwards. So the options are Canada and the United States. This is in Northern America. Okay, this is the Northern America, and this is South America. Okay, so this is USA, Mexico, and this is Canada. Option B, Chile and Argentina. These are the two countries at the bottom of South America. This is Chile and this is Argentina. Okay, and then China and India, we already know that, and then Kazakhstan and Russian Federation, which are both are present in Asia. Okay, so the correct answer here is option A. So Canada and USA share the longest international border, measuring 8,893 kilometers. The border is divided into two, that is border shared between Canada by the continental United States, and the border of the state of Alaska shares with northern Canada. Okay, the border between the mainland alone is not the longest border, since it includes Alaskan part of America. This makes USA and Canada's border the longest border in the world. And then comes Chile, Argentina, China, India, Kazakhstan, and Russian Federation. So the correct answer here is option A, that is USA and Canada. That is more like a general geography questions. Okay, general knowledge question. And then consider the following statements. Red Sea receives very little precipitation in any form. No water enters Red Sea from rivers. Again, this is mapping question only, geography mapping question. So the correct answer here is C, that is both 1 and 2 only. Yes, Red Sea receives very little precipitation in any form, and the Red Sea exchanges its water only with the Mediterranean Sea and the Indian Ocean, and unlike most seas, no river flows into this Red Sea. Okay, where is Red Sea? If this is Africa, and if this Arabian Peninsula, and then this is India, and here you are going to get Europe, and this is the Mediterranean Sea, this is Persian Gulf, and this is Red Sea. Okay, this is the Red Sea. It is only connected to Indian Ocean from this side and Mediterranean Ocean through Suez Canal. Okay, so there is no rivers draining into Red Sea from any of the surrounding regions. Okay, and this is very important, strategically important part called as, this is the strategically important part called as Horn of Africa, which includes Eritrea, Djibouti, Sudan. Okay, this is the Horn of Africa, and this is the passage called as Bab el Mandeb, Okay, and here it is Persian Gulf, and this is Strait of Hormuz, and here is Suez Canal. These are the passes which are very important from UPSC perspective, and these are also called, most of the times they are asked indirectly in the mains also. Recently there was in 2022 mains, there was questions about importance of straits and isthmus. Okay, what is the geographical importance of these things? So it is very important to understand geography map also, not just the basics, not just the concept, you should also know the map of world. So here the answer here is both. This is the Red Sea, so it connects to Mediterranean Sea, and then down it connects to Indian Ocean, and it is very little precipitation. It is very little precipitation because it is covered by, what you say, deserts in both of the sides. Here Saudi Arabian desert, Oman and Yemen, and here it is surrounded by Sudan and like other countries. Okay, Egypt, Sudan. So those are also covered by desert, and there is also no water rivers that flow into it. So the correct answer is C, both 1 and 2. And question number 3, consider the following statements. Statement 1, atmosphere is heated more by the incoming solar radiation than the terrestrial radiation. 2, carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are good observer of long wave radiation. So the correct answer here is statement 1 is outrightly wrong, because if this is the earth, sunlight, okay, sunlight will be coming in the form of short wave radiations. The short wave radiations are more hotter and contain more temperature. Okay, they contain more energy, but the earth, it is not heated by these short wave radiations. Instead, these radiations are reflected back in the form of long wave radiations. These are reflected in the form of long wave radiations, and earth is in fact heated by these long wave radiations that are reflected from the earth's surface, and atmosphere is also reflected by these long wave radiations. So statement 1 is wrong. Okay, since the long wave radiations have more energy at the ground and it goes on decreasing from the down, decreasing as you move with the altitude, that is why the temperature goes on decreasing with the height. If there is any inversion, meaning if there is temperature goes on decrease or increasing with the height, then it is called as temperature inversion. Okay, normally temperature goes on decreasing from surface to the height as we move with the altitudes. That is why hills or hill stations are more cooler during the summer areas. That is why people prefer to go to hill stations. Okay, if there is a deviation from this general behavior, it is called as temperature inversion. So the correct answer here is option D, that is statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is correct. So we will see the explanation. Consider that the isolation received at the top of atmosphere is 100%. Insolation while passing through the atmosphere, same amount of energy is reflected, scattered and absorbed. Only the remaining part reaches the Earth's surface. Roughly 35 units are reflected back to the space even before reaching the Earth's surface. Of these, 27 units are reflected back from the top of the clouds and 2 units from the snow and ice of the Earth. The reflected amount of the radiation is called as albedo of the Earth. We know that. Okay, whatever the incoming radiations is there, the amount of reflected is called as albedo, and albedo of the Earth is 35%, meaning 35% of solar radiations are reflected back. The remaining 65 units are observed, and 14 units of the atmosphere are like Earth surface. The Earth radiates back 51 units from the in terms of terrestrial radiation. Of this, 17 units are radiated through the space. Thus, atmosphere is heated more by the terrestrial radiation than the incoming solar radiation. Okay, in the atmosphere, the incoming solar radiation, it is reflected back by the clouds and other things, and most of the short wave radiation which is absorbed and reflected by the Earth in the long wave radiation, that is responsible for heating the atmosphere. The atmosphere gets heated more by the terrestrial ground radiation. Okay, statement 2 is correct. The long wave radiation is absorbed by the atmosphere gases, particularly by the carbon dioxide and the other greenhouse gases. They are good observers of long wave radiation. This is called as greenhouse effect. Okay, this long wave radiation wants to escape the Earth's surface, but because of the presence of gases such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and other GHGs, that is greenhouse gases, it reflects them back. Okay, it reflects them back, and then it absorbs some of it. And again, if it tries to escape back, some is absorbed and some is reflected back. So this is what called as greenhouse effect, meaning it is going to absorb and retain heat, and it is not allowing the heat to escape from the Earth, resulting in warming of the Earth, called as global warming. Okay, so that is question number 3. Question number 4 is the thickness of troposphere at the equator is much greater than compared to poles. Statement 2, at the equator, heat is transported to great heights by strong convectional currents. So here the statement 1 and statement 2 both are correct, and statement 2 explains statement 1. Okay, first you have to understand it. What is troposphere? The troposphere is the lower layer of atmosphere. Troposphere, mesosphere, exosphere, and there will be stratosphere. Okay, stratosphere. Okay, troposphere in definition, it is the maximum extent of reflection of air. Maximum extent the air can reach from the surface. If this is the surface of Earth, okay, when because of heat, because of the temperature, because of the long variation or short variation, the air at the surface, it gets heated. When the air is heated, it starts moving up, because cold air is denser and it doesn't move properly, and the warm air is cooler, warm air is lighter and it starts rising up. Okay, the maximum extent the air can rise is called as troposphere. So now if this is the Earth, okay, this is equator and this is pole, this is sunlight, maximum insolation will be received by equator and the lowest insolation will be received by poles. So since it is receiving more insolation, since it is receiving more heat, since it is receiving more temperature, the air in equator is going to rise at a higher, okay, is going to reach higher altitude. Here air is going to reach lower altitude. That is why normally it is 15 kilometer at the poles. The height of troposphere is 15 kilometers at the equator, and it is comes down to 7 to 8 kilometers at the pole. So the statement 1 is correct, and statement 2 is heat is transported to greater rise by the strong convection current. That is what I explained here. So the correct answer is statement 1, statement 1 and statement 2 is both are correct, and statement 2 explains statement 1. Okay, so the explanation is same thing what I explained. And then question number 5, consider the following: pyroclastic debris, ash and dust, nitrogen compounds, sulfur compounds. How many of the products are products of volcanic eruption? The correct answer is option D, that is all above. If you learned about volcanoes or volcanism, you would know that volcanoes are a natural resources of greenhouse gases. Okay, natural resources of greenhouse gases. When these volcanoes erupt, they will eruption of volcanoes, okay, eruption results in certain debris. Okay, these debris are called as ash and dust, cinders. If it is larger, it is called as cinder. If it is even larger, they are called as bombs. Okay, this is the sedimentary debris, and apart from debris, it also releases greenhouse gases such as nitrogen compounds, sulfur compounds. Okay, so the correct answer here is option D, all the above. And question number 6, which of the following is or are correct inferences from the isothermal maps of month of January? The isotherm deviates to the north over ocean and to the south over continent. The presence of cold ocean currents, Gulf Stream, North Atlantic Drift make the isotherms bend towards the north. First, you have to understand what is isotherm. Isotherm is, okay, isotherm is, it is a line which connects, line joining or line connecting temperatures, okay, same temperature, okay, same temperature over a map or a geography. Okay, if this is Earth and if this is any continent, if there is a temperature of 17 degree here, and if this is the ocean, the temperature of 17 degree will be somewhere else. Okay, somewhere else. So if you are connecting these lines 70 degree here, 70 degree here, all the lines, all the line is connecting all the temperatures which are similar temperature, that is 70 degree. This line is called as isotherm. So if you read a map of world, there will be certain maps, okay, South America, Africa, Europe, etc. So the map reads like this. Isotherm map, the line goes like this, down, on, again like this. Here comes up, down, like again like this. This is isotherm map. So the statement number 1 is the isotherms deviate to the north in the ocean and to the south in the continent. So the correct answer is statement number A only. So that is 1 only is correct, because in the northern hemisphere land surface is much larger than the southern hemisphere. Okay, as a result, the effects of land mass and the ocean currents are well pronounced. That is why in the January isotherms deviate to the north. Okay, so the isotherms deviate to the north in the summer during the ocean, like over the ocean and to the south over the continent. Okay, so this can be seen in the northern Atlantic Ocean. So it means that the temperatures at the continent and the ocean, so if it is 17 degree here, it will be 17 degree here, meaning the isotherm drifts to north in the in the continents. And when it comes from continent to, so if it comes from ocean to continent, again 70 degrees Celsius will be below, it will come down again. Okay, so this is about statement number 1. Statement number 2, the presence of warm ocean currents, Gulf Stream and North Atlantic drift make the North Atlantic Ocean warmer and the isotherms bend towards the north. Okay, first part of the option is correct, but over the land the temperature decreases sharply and the isotherms bend towards south in the Europe. So the statement number 2 is the presence of cold ocean currents, Gulf Stream, North Atlantic drift make the isotherms bend towards the north. But it is not the cold ocean current, but it is the warm ocean currents that bends the isotherm to the north. Okay, so this is about isotherms. So the correct answer is 1 only. Next, which of the following countries are well known as the 2 largest cocoa producers in the world? This is current affairs mapping kind of thing. So the correct answer is Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana. Okay, so see the options. All these options contains countries which belong to the continent of Africa. Okay, this is the African continent. This is the African continent, and here is the island called as Madagascar. Even this Madagascar island is given, and the equator passes through this region. Equator passes through this region. Okay, so cocoa is a tropical food. Okay, cocoa is a tropical food. Now the tropical region is from this part to this part. Okay, so Madagascar comes outside of tropical region, so this option is wrong. So you can remove this option. And then Algeria and Morocco, these are present in the northernmost part of Europe. Here, northernmost part of Europe. This is Morocco and this is Algeria. Okay, so northernmost part of what? Do they come under the tropical region? Do they come under this one? No, they are actually not in this region. Even though they form the tropical region, they do not have the required rainfall and other things. They are mostly desert kind of deserted states. Okay, they belong to Sahara region and Sahel region. So this option also you can remove. So the like difference will be from Botswana and Namibia. But if you know Namibia, there is a Namib desert is present in Namibia. So Namib desert, since it is a desert, do you think tropical fruits which require water and other nutrition is going to grow in a country like Namibia where there is desert throughout? No, right? So you can remove this option also. So the correct answer here is Cote d'Ivoire and like Ghana. Okay, so this is how you can eliminate the question and write the correct answer. And then question number 8, with reference to Himalayan rivers joining the Ganga downstream of the Prayagraj from the west to east, meaning the direction is going from this way. Okay, this way from a state. In terms of Ganga, it should go like this. Okay, so the correct answer here is option B, that is Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi. Okay, so this Gomti originates in Pilibhat in UP. Okay, so this Ghagra actually originates in Nepal. In Nepal, it has a different name called as Karnali. Okay, it in Karnali, and then comes Gandak. It originates in Nepal, but it is considered as a natural boundary between UP and Bihar. And finally comes Kosi. If you ever read any general knowledge book of your childhood, okay, GK book for childhood, there will be within some top 20 questions, this question will be there. Which of the following river is called as Sorrow of Bihar? Sorrow of Bihar. The river which is called as Sorrow of Bihar is Kosi. This also originates from Nepal and they drain down to India. It drains through like Bihar. Okay, and then it joins the Ganga river. So the Kosi is, so for in the end is the Kosi. So first start from Gomti in UP, Ghagra, and then Gandak and Kosi. So the correct answer here is B. So if you see from the map, you can see that first comes, this is the Ganga, Yamuna, and the tributaries of Ganga. The Gomti is the first one. Like initially it starts with Alakananda and Bhagirathi. These are different things. They originate in like Uttarakhand and from there they are going to flow. And then there is Gomti. After Gomti there is Gagra. So Gagra actually initiates from Nepal only, and then Gandak, it is also initiating from Nepal, and then Kosi, it is from Tibetan plateau, and they are going to flow like this. After Kosi in southern, if these are the left bank tributaries, the right bank tributaries are Chambal, Sindh, Betwa, Ken, Son, etc. Okay, and finally Yamuna. So this is about Ganga. And see, this is a very basic question which is present in NCERT textbook. I have taken this from the NCERT itself. And then 9th question, consider the following statement. Okay, that 8th question is from Indian geography. Okay, how Indian geography is important. Consider the following statements. Rainfall is one of the reasons for weathering of rocks. So the question is dealing with geomorphology, physical geography again. Statement number 2, rainwater contains carbon dioxide in solution. Rainwater contains atmospheric oxygen. Okay, so here the question is talking about weathering of rocks. Weathering of rocks. How? What is weathering? What weathering is nothing but in situ breakdown. In situ breakdown in the sense the rock is not moving anywhere. It is going to break down in the place which it is present itself. The agents of weathering are many things like air density, weathering. It starts with the air, water, rainfall, etc., etc. So here they are talking about rainwater. So the correct answer here is A, because the rainwater contains carbon dioxide in its solution, and air rainwater also contains atmospheric oxygen. So this helps in weathering process. Okay, so you will see the explanation. That is, weathering is the action of elements of weathering, the climate over weather and climate over earth materials. There are 3 major groups of weathering process: chemical, physical or mechanical, and biological. So in chemical weathering, the process acts on the rock to decompose, dissolve, or reduce them to a fine plastic state through the chemical reactions by oxygen, surface or soil water, and other acids. So water and air, both oxygen, carbon dioxide, along with the heat, must be present to speed up the chemical reactions. So where you are going to get oxygen, carbon dioxide? It is present in rainwater. So statement number 2 is correct. That is, normal rain has a pH of approximately 5.6, making it is acidic. Meaning, due to the acidic because of the dissolution of carbon dioxide in rainwater, which is going to form the weak carbonic acid. That is why pH is less than 7, meaning it is an acidic. And then statement number 3 is also correct. During the rain, oxygen concentrations in the rain drops tend to rise as raindrop stature saturate with the oxygen as they fall. Thus, rainwater contains high atmospheric oxygen, which is also going to help in weathering of this one. Therefore, the rainfall supplies oxygen, water, and carbon dioxide, facilitating the chemical weathering. So, all the correct statement is A. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. The 2 and 3 are correct, and they explain statement number 1. And then consider the following statement. Countries, again mapping question. So they are asking about which of the following countries, above countries, have the border with North Sea. So options are Finland, Germany, Norway, Russia. So the correct answer here is B, 2 only. That is, so first we will see North Sea. So this is the North Sea, which is almost near to northern hemisphere. So North Sea shares border with UK, that is Great Britain, England, Scotland, and then comes Norway, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, these things. Okay, so the correct answer here is, so it doesn't share it doesn't share border with Finland and Russia. Do you see Finland here? Okay, there is no Finland here. Sweden is there, Finland is inside. So it is not sharing border with UK, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, and France. Okay, so the correct answer is only 2 only. Now consider the following information. It is asking about waterfall, region, and river. So it is again belonging to mapping question. Especially in this question, it is mapping of Indian geography. The question is waterfall, that is Duandar, region Malwa, river Narmada, then Pundru, Chotanagpur, Subarnarekha, Gerosoppa, Western Ghats, Netravati. Which of the above rows are given correctly? So the option here is A only. That is, statement 1 is wrong. That is, Narmada river originates from the western flank of Amarkantak plateau. So it is not from Malwa, though it is bordered by Saptapur range and to the south of in the region and near Jabalpur district, it carves the scenic waterfall called as Dhuandhar waterfall. So Dhuandhar waterfall is the result of Narmada, but it doesn't follow through region Malwa. Okay, and then Hundru is the correct one. It was created on the course of Subarnarekha river. This falls is located on the Ranchi Parulia road in the Chotanapur plateau. So the region is also correct. The river is also correct, and the falls is also correct. Third one, Jog Falls. Okay, that is from Karnataka's famous Joga Falls, which is also locally known as Gerasuppa Falls. The falls is in Western Ghats, but it is formed by Sharavati river, not Netravati. Okay, so many people belonging to Karnataka confuse this river here. So it is from Sharavati and not Netravati. Okay, so the correct answer here is one only. And the Netravati river, the river is famous for being the holy river during in Dharmasthala region. Okay, and then again mapping question, but this time world mapping question. Region, mountain range, and type of mountain. So Central Asia, Vosges, Fold Mountain. Europe, Alps, Block Mountain. North America, Appalachian, Fold Mountain. South America, Andes, Fold Mountain. So here the answer is 2 only 2, because Vosges are not in Central Asia, though they are Block Mountain. They are not in Central Asia, instead they are present in Europe. Okay, and then Alps are present in Europe only, but they are not Block Mountain, they are Fold Mountains. Okay, you know what is Fold Mountain and what is Block Mountain. Okay, if this is the earth crust, if they are rising up because of interior forces of the earth. Okay, if this is epigenetic forces of the earth, meaning they are just rising up and going down, this is called as horst, and this is called as graben or valley, and these horsts are called as Block Mountains. Here there is no compression, it is just rising up and rising down, slip up and slip down. In Fold Mountains, if there are two plates moving together, it is going to form a fold. Okay, they are going to compress with each other because of compressive forces. It is going to form a fold. This is called as Fold Mountains. Okay, it is the result of compression. Okay, so here Alps is a Fold Mountain, so this is also wrong. Then North America, we have Appalachians, and it is a Fold Mountain. And then South America, this is Andes. It is one of the longest single stretch of mountain ranges in the world, and it is also a Fold Mountain. So the correct answer is 2 only. 1 and 2 is wrong. And then we already discussed this question in ancient history also, but we will discuss it from the geography perspective. Cashew, papaya, red sandals. How many of the above are actually native to India? Option here is 1 only, because cashew was introduced by Portuguese and it is native to Brazil, and papaya was introduced by British, but it is native to Central America, especially Mexico. Okay, Mexico. From there it was introduced. Red sandals, it is native to India. And then question number 14, again physical geography now. With reference to water vapor, which of the following statements is or are correct? It is a gas, the amount of which decreases with the altitude. Its percentage is maximum at the poles. Okay, so the correct answer here is option A, 1 only, meaning obviously below the, what is water vapor? It is a gaseous form of water. When the water is heated, if there is a water here, when the water is heated, it starts escaping as in the form of water vapor. So if this is the surface, wherever there is water more, so the water vapor will be condensed or present at the near the surface. As we move towards the altitudes, the water vapor content goes on decreasing. So the current first statement is right, it goes on decreasing with the altitude. Second one is it is maximum at the pole. This is wrong, because if this is the earth, more water is present at the earth, equator. More than water, the more temperature or more heat is present at the equator. So the chances of water vaporizing more is in the center. It is present in the equator. So there will be more water vapor in the equator compared to poles, because the insulation is very low in poles. Okay, here you have to apply logics. Okay, with this you can answer this question, 1 only. And then consider the following precipitation. Annual and description. Annual and daily ranges of temperature is low. Precipitation occurs throughout the year. Precipitation varies between 50 centimeter to 250 centimeter. So you have to guess which type of climate this one is. Okay, type of climate such as monsoon type of climate, equator type of climate, tropical moist climate, tropical dry climate, etc. climate are there, right? So they given certain descriptions. First is equatorial climate. So annual daily temperature is low. This is right. Precipitation occurs throughout there. This is right. But the precipitation, it is not just 50 to 20 to 50 centimeter. It is almost about 250 centimeter in equator. So this is wrong. And then Chinese type of climate, precipitation occurs throughout there, right? Precipitation can be between 50 to 250. It can be, but more normally it is 50 to 100. But the annual daily temperature is very high in Chinese type of climate. So here this is also wrong. And then humid subtropical climate, since the question itself it is humid, it has to be temperature annual difference between the annual and daily temperatures will be high. So this is also wrong. So the correct answer here is marine, because of the presence of marine, meaning because of the presence of ocean or marine ecosystem, the annual and daily temperature ranges is very low. What is annual and daily temperature ranges? Meaning highest or maximum temperature in the day, maximum temperatures in a day minus minimum temperature, like minus maximum temperature in night. Sorry, minimum temperature at night. The difference between maximum and minimum temperature in the day and night is known as daily daily temperature range, and maximum at a month and like lowest at a month in a year is called as annual temperatures range. So the correct answer here is D, marine west coast climate. Okay, and maybe 16th question. With reference to Coriolis force, which one of the following statements is correct? It increases with the increase in wind velocity. With it is maximum at the poles and absent at the equator. So it is correct answer is C. What is equator? Sorry, what is Coriolis force? The force is associated with the rotation of Earth. We know that Earth rotates around its axis. Okay, like revolves around its own axis, and then it rotates around the sun. When it is rotating around its own axis, it is creating a certain power, like force. That force is known as Coriolis force. So the Coriolis force, because of its force, it increases the wind velocity. Where there is higher Coriolis force, the wind velocity will be more higher. And second one is, since the diameter or since the area is large in the equator, even if the rotation is high, the Coriolis force here is almost zero, because it doesn't experience the same force as it compares to other areas of the Earth. Whereas in equator, because the area or the distance is low, it is going to experience the highest Coriolis force. Okay, highest Coriolis force is at the equator. That is why the winds moving at the equator are like slower, okay, of less velocity compared to the winds moving at the equator. That is why it is goes on calling a roaring 50s, okay, roaring 50s, roaring 40s, etc., etc. The names keeps on changes with the westerlies, easterlies. So this is the correct answer here is C, both 1 and 2. And on 21st June every year, which of the following latitudes experience the sunlight of more than 12 hours? Again, this is physical geography. Equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle. So the correct answer here is Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer. Okay, see what is June 21? June 21 is the summer period. Okay, if this is the sun during the summer, northern hemisphere. Okay, this is the equator, and sorry, this is the Arctic, and this is the equator. So northern hemisphere is more exposed to the direct rays of sun. More exposed to the direct rays of sun, northern hemisphere. So the sunlight is not going to reach the southern poles. Southern poles is at the shadow region. That is why during summer period, southern pole is going to experience 6 months of darkness. And you reverse the situation, when it is in the winter time, northern pole is going to like witness the 6 months of darkness. Okay, so here 21st June every year, which of the following latitudes is going to like witness the sunlight of more than 20 hours? Okay, this is equator, and this is Tropic of Capricorn, and this is Tropic of Cancer. Okay, southern hemisphere Cancer, northern hemisphere it is called as sorry, reverse. Southern hemisphere it is called as Capricorn, northern hemisphere it is going to called as Cancer. So which of the two are present in northern hemisphere? Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer. So the correct answer here is A1 only, 2 only, 3 only. Okay, D, 2 and 4 only. Okay, understood, right? Because it is the summer, northern hemisphere is more exposed to the sunlight. In northern hemisphere, Arctic and Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer are present in northern hemisphere. Tropic of Capricorn is present in southern hemisphere. What is Tropic of Capricorn? That is 23.5 degree latitude. Okay, so 2 and 4 are correct. So here you can have the length of days and hours, minutes in the summer during the northern hemisphere. If the latitude is 0 degree in December, that is winter, it will be 12 hours. In June, it will be 12 hours. Okay, it will be similar, meaning it is not present 12 hours. So the equator is not included in the this answer because it is asking more than 12 hours. And then 20 degree latitude in December during winter, it is going to have a less than 12 hours. During the summer, more than 12 hours. And 40 degree latitude, less than 12 hours in the winter, more than 12 hours in the summer. And 60 degree latitude is going to receive less than only 5 hours of light during the winter period, and it is going to have more than 18 hours of light during the summer period. And in the 90 degree, okay, during the summer or during the winter, it will have zero visibility, meaning the zero sunlight, 0 hours of sunlight. In the summer, it will have 6 months of sunlight. Okay, so this is reverse for the southern hemisphere. So maybe the last question of this one. Okay, last question is asking about a type of climate. One of the following regions, okay, climatic regions, has the world's largest tropical peatland, which holds about 3 years worth of global carbon emissions from the fossil fuel, and the possible destruction of which can exert detrimental effect on the global climate. Which one of the following denotes the correct answer? So Amazon basin, Congo basin, Kikuri basin, Rio de Plata basin. So the point you have to focus is on tropical peatland. Is Amazon basin a tropical peatland? No, it is not a tropical peatland. It is a tropical evergreen forest. Okay, tropical evergreen forest. And then Kikori basin, Rio de Plata basin, and another second statement you have to focus is which holds about 3 years of global carbon emissions from fossil fuels. Okay, meaning it has higher carbon sequestration capacity. Meaning it should be a larger area. It should have a larger area. It should have more number of green cover. These Kikori basin and Rio de Plata basin are not that of a big basins. So the correct answer here is Congo basin. Okay, I know because I know I have a basic about this one, I am able to answer this question. If you don't have the basics, either you know the question or you don't know the question here. Okay, you can, if you are not confident about these kind of questions, you can better leave this question. Option B is correct. Congo basin is the world's largest tropical peatlands. The peat swamp forest of the Congo basin stores around 29 billion tons of carbon, approximately equivalent to 3 years worth of global greenhouse gas emissions, while the basin as a whole absorbs nearly 1.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide a year. The basin stretches across 6 countries: Cameroon, Central Africa Republic, the Central African Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon. The Congo basin is one of the world's largest regions that absorbs more carbon than it emits. It is possible that the destruction can have a detrimental effect on global climate. So you could answer this question with the help of two statements, that is tropical peatland and then 3 years of worth of carbon dioxide. Greenhouse gases. So this is about geography. There are more than 17 to 18 questions present in geography this year, last year. So UPSC is again rolling back towards geography. Previously in the last 6-7 years, geography was more or less neglected both in prelims and mains, but now again it is going back to the basics. So be thorough with your geography preparation, especially physical geography, and also keep looking out for mapping questions. The mapping questions can come either in the current affairs basis or in the international relations, but you should be able to answer those questions. Those are kind of easy questions compared to all the questions coming from economy or polity. So you can answer these questions easily. So this is your today's discussion. If you understood the topic, if you are able to gain anything out of this video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and also comment on the video and share with your friends. If you have any other doubts or any queries, do write in the comment box. I will be answering those queries in the coming videos. With this, I will end the video. Jai Hind.